Okay, so tell me a little bit about Community Vision AT Lab and how it got started.
All right. So the Assistive Technology or AT Lab is a collaborative education and resource center that is open to the public. And our goal is to help build AT capacity in Oregon and Southwest Washington. And we want to, we know that AT creates possibilities for people with disabilities, and we just want people to feel more comfortable with AT. So the AT Lab is part of Community Vision, which is a really unique disability nonprofit based in Portland, Oregon. And Community Vision has been in the Portland area since 1989. And they really work to dismantle like barriers to limited housing options and gaps in services for people with disabilities. So Community Vision has been working to ensure that there's access for people with disabilities to live a self-determined life. And in 2016, Community Vision had an opportunity to build a new building. And they partnered, well, let's see, while they were planning the building, they did extensive community outreach and research in the Portland area to see what additional services were needed. And then a major area of need that was identified was access to assistive technology services. So during that process, Community Vision met Kim Elliott, who's an SLP, and Carrie Luce, who is an occupational therapist. Sorry, SLP is speech language pathologist. And those two people had 20 years of combined experience in the field of AT, serving people with significant disabilities. And they hired them as co-directors, and this collaboration allowed the AT Lab to happen.
That's cool. So, like, what kinds of services do you provide at Community Vision AT Lab?
Well, I'll mention the services that Community Vision offers. There's 4 programs. The biggest program is supported living, and we help folks with whatever level of support they want to have to live in their own home. Another program is Employment Connections, and that program helps people with disabilities find and keep jobs. There's also housing support, and that program helps people with disabilities find affordable and accessible housing in the Portland area, which is no small task. And then there's the AT Lab. Like I said, we want people to feel more comfortable with assistive technology. So whether it's an individual or their family, it can be a student, a speech language pathologist, their client. We want to close the gap in AT understanding and education. So to do this, we offer trainings, we offer workshops, we do individual AT consultations, and those are fee for service. For folks that cannot financially access that, we have a scholarship rate. We host social groups for AAC users. AAC is augmentative and alternative communication. We also have a free loan closet where for AT exploration, and folks, anyone in the community can check out an item from our loan closet for free for 2 weeks for sort of a try before you buy. And we also operate a free AT information and resource call line.
That's pretty cool. So, like, are there kinds of like stakeholders that you guys partner with closely, whether it's AT or whether it's anything else?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we are all about collaborating with all kinds of folks. Some of the main people we partner with regularly is FACT Oregon, which is Family Community Together. They are actually housed in our building in Portland. The Oregon Health and Science University, OHSU, and their Child Development and Rehab Center, which is often referred to as CDRC, the Oregon Council on Developmental Disabilities, Self Advocates Taking Action. We partner with a lot of other local organizations like school districts, educational service districts, vocational rehab, job coaches, and other local brokerages that serve people with disabilities. And then we work on several advisory committees, such as Supported Employment Team at Nike, the Accessibility Advisory Committee at Portland Parks and Recreation, and the Digital Inclusion Network through the City of Portland. That's to name a few.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. So like if I could just like ask, what impact does your organization have on communities as a whole, particularly the disability community?
Absolutely. So when we work with local brokerages that a lot of them we do trainings with personal agents that work directly with people with disabilities. We train their staff about our services and then also train them, just educate them about what AT is, how it can improve the lives of people with disabilities. And I guess I should have mentioned this at the top, but we define AT as anything that helps someone participate in life. So typically we find what the person can do and then what the person wants to do. And we try and bridge that gap, if possible, with assistive technology. So another way we impact the community is anyone can call us and ask about AT information and resources. And we also are one of the dispersers of the ZTOSH Fund of the Oregon Community Foundation. And that's a funding source for educational equipment for children in Oregon.
Cool. Lastly, how do you create an inclusive and welcoming environment for people with disabilities, from your standpoint as an organization?
Right. So our building, the one that I mentioned earlier, that Community Vision was able to build in 2018, is called the Seven Corners Collaborative Building. And it is one of the only universally designed buildings in Portland. And architects and designers, they regularly tour our building. And we have our accessible interactive kitchen to see the latest innovations with universal design. And we offer tours regularly for anyone that wants to come in and check it out. So when we created the AT Lab space, we assembled a low vision advisory committee to help us design the finishes and furnishings. And we regularly seek out the lived experience of people with disabilities so they can inform our decisions that we make at the AT Lab, which includes a recent improvement of our smart home demonstration room that was made possible by a grant from the Reeve Foundation.
That's cool stuff.
Right? I think so.
It is. Yeah.